Hi, good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. It is Sunday, September the 13th, and how amazing is this morning? Hi, Nosi. Thank you for joining. Hello, my breast pump, and we are talking comfort zone this morning. I'm gonna connect my breast pump right away. We get on it, and then we have fun with this topic because it's such a bittersweet topic. One moment we love comfort zone, one moment we hate them. Hello,
Morning.
how are
How are
you?
you? Good, thank you. Very good,
Good.
thanks.
Yes, good to see you. You're looking so great as well.
Thank you. You
Love the
too.
makeup, thank you. Oh yes, I was telling the guys that we talking comfort zone, and for me it's such a bittersweet topic because that's how my relationship with them is, you know?
Mm-hmm.
One moment you love them, one moment you hate them. You
Your comfort
literally want
zone.
to get, yes, you want to get out of, most of the time we want to challenge ourselves to get out of our comfort zones. And most of the time we love comfort zones because we have created the structure that we don't want changed.
Because it works, right?
Because it works and it's
Yeah.
predictable and you are able to function within this beautiful structure that you have created. But when I think back, I'm just trying to figure out what would move me out of the comfort zone. I read this book, Who Moved My Cheese?
Yeah.
And yeah, and there's a point where the comfort is no longer comfortable anymore. It's not allowing you to grow. It's not allowing you to flourish. Then you're like, oh my God, then I have to change this process right here.
Yeah.
How I'm working as a person, as a mom. And yes, and we're talking parenting as well. We were talking just
Yeah.
now about being a parent. How has that literally changed you, Carrie, in terms of your comfort zone?
Wow.
Yes, I know, right?
And so I was saying you really
Because
like so
because I'm sure you were like this single ambitious girl previously. Now babies are like boom on you.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean if I think back, I felt pregnant and I said to my manager at the time, who
Yes.
was also my mentor or my supervisor for my master's, and I
Nice.
said to him, "Great, we've got like, 8 months to go and I want my master's done." And he looked at me and he just smiled.
Yeah.
And two premature babies later, and a few years in between, I finished my master's. So that just shows
Wow.
you the massive change in comfort zone. Like I was used to working,
Yes.
like I could work late, I could wake up early.
Yes.
When you need that morning wee when you're pregnant, I'd wake up and
Yeah.
work. But
Yeah.
then baby hit, and yeah,
Yeah.
that comfort zone was completely shattered. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think we realize how different children make your life, and you are
Yes.
completely out of your comfort zone.
Yes.
It is completely different, and I didn't take to my change very well because of the prematurity and
Yes.
just the whole
Yes.
shock of what happened to me and I think, yeah, I had post-traumatic stress disorder because
Yes.
I almost died and I was so worried. So that totally took
Mm.
me out of a comfortable zone of, like you said, knowing what I wanted, getting
Yeah.
stuff done, and then all of a sudden
Yes.
I couldn't. So that was a bit of a shift.
Yes.
But I think the biggest out of my comfort zone is parenting style.
Yes.
So my parents were very strict, very disciplined. They smacked us. It was allowed.
Yeah.
Um, just like
Quite a
disclosure,
lot.
they were allowed to smack them. They gave us hidings. They did what was in the norm for
Yes.
their parenting era.
Yeah.
And when my son came along, he's not smackable. You cannot smack my son. And people don't understand that. When I said to
Yeah.
people, you can't smack him. He gets so hurt and he gets
Yeah.
so broken and
Yes.
he gets scared. Like if I smack
Yeah.
him, he gets scared of me and I
Yeah.
can't. As a parent, I can't do that. So
Yeah.
that was a huge shift for me
Mm.
in my parenting style because I thought I was going to be just like my parents because,
Yes.
they brought up this fantastic person.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
No, but you know what I
Hi,
mean? So hi,
hi,
everyone.
Bandili.
Um,
Mm.
so my children have taught me to be a different parent,
Yeah.
and those tantrums that we spoke about, and having a child cry in the middle of
Yes.
the shop and everyone's staring at you, that totally takes you out of your comfort zone. But
It
that
does.
is, I've realized that's when you've got to like put on your big girl panties and go, this is my kid, I'm going to
Yeah.
be my child's advocate. I
Exactly.
know a lot of NICU moms say that they get nervous to talk out when they think something is not quite right or when they're worried. But actually, you are your child's biggest advocate. You are your
Yes.
child's biggest supporter. And
Yes.
you need to go out of your comfort zone sometimes to say, we need to change this, or
Yeah.
I need a different way of doing things. I need to get out of
Yes.
what is comfortable.
Yeah.
So yeah,
No,
that's
that.
been a big eye
Mm.
opener for me.
No, definitely. I mean, I could relate to what you were saying in terms of, being a parent. One moment you're this ambitious, you're always wanting to succeed as a young woman. You work until late. You have conferences, meetings until late. So it's like a normal structure that you had created. Then all of a sudden, boom, you realize the importance of having spending time with your family, spending time
Yeah,
with your daughter, spending time with your husband, because once the kids come through, there is that priority that needs to take place. You need
definitely.
to focus on your marriage, you need to focus on you yourself and developing yourself,
Yeah,
then focus on building your child and having that unity as a family. So it challenges you, because totally for me it just it flipped my life, almost upside down. Simply because I came, like I mentioned before, I came from Rustenburg all the way to Joburg. You're by yourself most of the time, and the only thing that is in your mind is your career, to make and build it. And you, of course, you have friends, but you're young at that point, and you are really going for this career ambitious lifestyle. But when the kids come into your life kind of change a little bit, and it gives you a different perspective that there are so many things that are much more valuable than just the job or the work that you're doing. Uh,
yeah.
yeah, so I totally had to change my structure, even my sleeping routine. Literally, I went like seriously. Seriously.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, the sleeping routine was another thing. I mean, when my daughter, because I mean, when they're quite young, you have to nurse them. They literally wake up in the middle of the night. So obviously, at that point, it's like, oh my God, am I really coping? I'm not sleeping as normal, And sometimes you're so tempted to go back to the comfort zone and say, oh my God, I can't wait for the baby to grow up so that I can go back to my comfort zone. But along the way, I began enjoying the fact that I do wake up at that time of the night and spend time with her
Yeah,
and watch her. And as she's growing as well, the nicest thing is during those times. Hi everybody. Hi Dipuo. Um, so as she's growing at that. As she's growing, I'm also learning to love the fact that at 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, I'm awake, doing my meditations or even doing my prayers. But also, I could do some little bit of, vision restructuring in my life. So it gives me that. So as much as the comfort zones are so hectic, they also pose such a beautiful a transformation
yeah,
that you never thought you could go to. I never thought I would literally wake up during like late like that for in terms of my daughter not sleeping and nurturing her. But comfort zone, once you get out of your comfort zones or certain when you get to certain transformation of your life, you begin to enjoy it. You realize how worth it the process is, don't you think?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because
So you're talking about nursing and being out of
yes,
your comfort zone. So I need my sleep. Like my husband, he will do anything to keep the children quiet. If I say I need a nap on a Sunday afternoon,
yes,
he will move the earth to keep them quiet because he knows that I need it so badly. But
yes,
I remember nursing my daughter. She wasn't yet one, so it was these late, early morning nursing and
yes,
just hearing an owl. And
yeah,
this owl would hoot while I was breastfeeding. And it was such a special moment for me. I love birds and I love wildlife. And I remember that. And I just remember just feeling so comforted and just with that noise and just the absolute silence and then this bird making this beautiful noise. And
wow,
it became my comfort zone. And like I looked
yes,
forward to like hearing the owl, you know?
wow,
So I mean, you do develop and you do create different comfort zones, and
yes,
I think, yeah, becoming a parent is definitely a huge shift. You go out of
yes,
your comfort zone,
yes,
but having children that love you back,
yes,
because you can't expect a child to love you back. You know, you have to earn that love in a way, if
yes,
you know what I mean. Like
exactly,
automatically they love you, but like there's something really special when a child turns around and says. Like I remember for my daughter's second birthday party, I went all out. I did this. We were in Canada, and we went to
wow,
a park and we did a teddy bears picnic. And I made little sandwiches and I wrapped them and I put little stickers of bears and I made this beautiful bear cake and I made banting and I put it up everywhere and I really went to town. And we didn't really know many people, so we like
yeah,
invited our neighbors and like some special friends that we had made, but we didn't have a lot of like a huge party.
yeah,
But when we got back home, my daughter said to me, "Thank you, Mom. That was special."
oh,
And she was 2. And I was just like,
only
beautiful.
two,
Only 2. She's never said it again, though, I must add. But it was just so special. And it was getting out of my comfort zone because in South Africa, we have birthday parties at home. Well, my
yes,
family, we have it in our house.
mm,
So to go outside and be in a park where everyone can see you because our place just wasn't big
yes,
enough. It was so
yes,
out of my comfort zone because I'm actually quite
yes,
a private person
yes,
with things like that. So
yeah,
getting out of your comfort zone, it was such a beautiful day. It was so lovely and like it's a very special memory that
yes.
birthday party.
Hi,
And
Nonse.
so
Yeah.
hello, hello. So getting out of your comfort zone. So I actually need to tell everyone about what you did to me on Friday.
Oh gosh. Okay. Girl, I go for it. Go for it.
So Intapa Singh has she's used to being behind a camera. So she knows how to be hello, hello. She knows how to be behind a camera. And she said to me about 3 weeks ago,
Yeah.
Kira, we need a photo shoot with you and me. So
Yeah.
when we're talking on social media, at least we've got some images of us in like the same room and not two separate images.
Yes.
And I've been putting it off for about 3 weeks, and
Yeah.
eventually Intaba Singh got me. And we did a photo shoot with Kate Miller Photography.
Yeah.
And I must say, she was really good because I was very nervous. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, whoa, I don't like my photograph being taken, and I really, really don't
And
like
she
it. So
looks absolutely beautiful in pictures.
thank you.
I must say, you look
Thank
beautiful.
you, thank you.
Yeah.
But I know Kate because she did my wedding
Yes.
photography, and I
Yeah.
said to her, I don't want to know you there. Like, I just don't be in my face all the time. Just be somewhere else. And
Yeah.
she actually took gorgeous photos of my wedding, and I'm very happy. Like
Wow.
it's beautiful. So
Yeah.
I trusted Kate that she would be like
On
she
point.
understands me, and she wouldn't be in my face. And
Yes.
yeah, so we went down to Linden.
Yes.
And we were in a restaurant, totally out of
Yeah.
my comfort zone, because now everyone can see what we're doing. And
Yeah.
And there were lots of people, and my gran used to live on that street corner, and I said
I
to you,
remember you
if
said,
you
yeah.
yeah, if you had asked me 10 years ago, would I be standing with beautiful sunglasses on my head, posing on the street corner? I would have said never in a million years. But you totally took me out of my comfort zone
Oh,
for this photo shoot, and I really enjoyed it. I had so much fun. The Whippet, they were amazing. They helped us. They made us beautiful cappuccinos and teas, and we were really able to get through all the types of photographs that we wanted, hey?
yeah.
And just being like next to you, like you're so quiet and confident. It was actually amazing to like have such a strong, powerful woman. I mean, you're a lot shorter than me, so you're quite little if you know, in comparison to me.
Tiny.
Like, no, I'm
Tiny.
joking, not that short. But despite your size being like shorter than me, I could feel your power and I could feel your
Oh,
confidence. And it was awesome that I could then be confident. Like, I'm with this lady, I'm with her, like, we cool. You know what I mean? So thank you. You totally took me out of my comfort zone. And Kate sent some pictures on Friday night, and I
yes,
was like,
and they were so
oh, I
pretty.
know. I was like, oh my gosh. I
Wow.
mean, she's already started posting pictures of you.
Yes, I actually picked this morning. I
Mhm.
did post one picture. And guys, you just go to my Instagram post, you will see it. It's such a beautiful pic, and what I like about it is that it shows um, a very comfortable environment. And in a sense
Mm.
that it shows me being happy and just being, out of not caring what anybody's saying, because it was actually by the robot. So you can
Yes,
imagine a lot of
cars were
comments.
coming fast. We had to wait for
Exactly.
cars. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, and those are the things that I realized that you find yourself doing greater things that you never thought you would do, Um, I mean, standing by the side of the road, taking pictures, people passing by. It is it's you creating
Yes.
confidence. Sorry, yeah,
And I remember one of the songs we're playing. The restaurant had a really, I can't remember what song it was, but it was so fun. It like just added to the whole. I mean, if we had done a studio photo shoot, it would have been really dull.
yes,
You know what I mean? Like it would have been quite like, boy, like lift. I must say, I'm a bit stiff, because Kate does say like drop your chin.
yes.
A beautiful tip if
I
you're ever
like
having your
that
photograph
kind of
taken.
guidance. Yes,
Yes,
that's
it's
what
nice
I
because
like.
otherwise you do the whole double chin the whole time and you don't know. So she does guide you and help you. But one of the most beautiful, easy tips she gave out was just before the photograph gets taken, put your tongue on
Yes,
the top of your mouth and it just pulls everything up. So
yes,
I had my
exactly.
tongue permanently on the top of
But
the whole.
eventually the picture came out spectacular, beautiful.
But
Yeah.
what a beautiful little tip, but totally out of my comfort zone. Like I was trying very hard to be relaxed and I'm not used to changing like in a
Oh,
in a
yeah.
bathroom. But it was fun.
Yeah, I got baby crying, so
Oh
everybody
shame
is
man.
yeah. She just woke up, I guess, and she's
Oh,
hearing my voice as well. So those are the comfort zones. Sometimes you're so comfortable in doing everything this way, then all of a sudden something throws you out. Like your baby also crying. But I think Daddy will handle that one. Uh, and
totally true.
yes,
I love that comment. Like see the results when you get out of your comfort
yes,
zone.
yes,
So yeah, no, very, very
exactly.
important. And yeah,
Yeah.
so much. So another thing about comfort
Yeah.
zones is as you can see, there's nothing behind me here anymore. There
Yes.
used to be like I put plants because it's so stark.
Yeah.
We actually we're redoing our offices and a part of our house so that I can start having clients coming in and seeing me as part of my
Nice.
breast pump. And
Nice.
that's totally out of my comfort zone. I've got people in here and it's a mess but the results are going to be so beautiful. So we have to get out of our comfort zones and
Yeah, and I'll tell
yeah,
you, I agree with that because I do agree with what Nontle is saying. See the results after you get out of the comfort zone. I mean, with the process of Mr. South Africa, it actually was you know, you have a normal way of what a career could be, and then all of a
mm-hmm,
sudden you're with Mrs. South Africa and you could be creating this amazing career. I mean, you're doing
yeah,
makeup, you're exercising, you're you're getting engaged with a lot of influential women around you.
mm-hmm,
That is totally out of my comfort zone. You know, sometimes you so focus only on yourself, you forget about that sisterhood. That is totally out of your
yeah.
comfort zone situation, you know. And that's what really what's happening with me. You know, you put on makeup. I wasn't. And can you hear me, Carrie?
Yes, I lost you for a second about the makeup. Sorry.
Okay. Yes, and then what? Yeah, I mean, you do makeup, you mingle with other ladies, you work with other ladies, you do your business, you get challenged to do your business better, and yeah, that's totally out of your comfort zone. And I'm seeing the results. I'm becoming a better person, much more confident. I'm seeing my confidence growing. You know, we come from somewhere as people. Yeah, and I'm loving
You,
it.
you definitely have a you definitely have a very calm understanding that is projected. I don't know if that's like you. I could feel your confidence, and it's a calm confidence. It's beautiful, and it
Thank
was
you.
lovely. Yeah, yeah,
Thank you
yeah.
so much.
I see Kate trying to join us, but I think she's
Oh,
battling to
okay.
find us. But it's okay.
Oh,
We'll keep chatting about
no,
it.
it's all right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and it's not less saying congratulations, ladies, on that journey. It takes a lot, but enjoy it. Make sure you grow in it. That is so true because I think with every journey that you're taking, be alert of what you're going through and be in the moment. You know, from acting perspective, because I also do acting. My
Mm-hmm.
coach will always tell me that um, everything that you're going through, have put on your actor's goggles, and because you're creating that emotional bank, but at the same time you are being present. So those are
Yeah.
the life adventures of also getting out of your comfort zone, you know. Yeah, and I really love that. Hi twice,
So,
Kay.
you know, my son never ever used to want to go on stage, and it was huge. There was the tantrums and the whole like fear of being on stage was massive. So much so that like at nursery school, I would be like, Do we have to go to the concert because he's not going to go on stage?" You know,
Yeah.
it was really bad. And school, and he loves his headmaster. And what they do is during very small assemblies, each child walks up on the stage and gets an award or something. Like every child at some point is up on a stage and getting recognition and being encouraged. And for
Yeah.
me, that was beautiful. And so he slowly was more and more willing to be on stage. And eventually he would only go on stage if the principal was on stage. I don't think the principal knew that, but I did.
Wow.
So prize giving and all of that, he then started going up on stage and they did a small little concert and he was happy. And then 2 years ago, we went and we watched the house plays. And he loved it. He was like in the side aisle dancing and he was loving it. And he looked at me and he said, "Mom, next year I'm going to do that." And I was like, "That's
Wow.
not going to happen."
Oh
And you know
my God.
what? My son got out of his comfort zone and he won Best Actor for the high school and the junior school, and he was in grade two. So, you know, he said to me he wanted to do that, and I found like a drama school nearby, and that drama teacher, Daniel, is the most amazing man I have ever met because he
Wow.
encourages and he, like on Zoom, because I'm on Zoom, I'm always hearing, he's like, welcome, Martin, the marvelous. And he introduces the kids and everything. And just getting my son out of his comfort zone into this confidence, and he's so confident on stage. I am like blown away by him.
Wow.
So my daughter's very shy. So
Yeah.
at the beginning of
I
this year, I
remember
was
you
like,
said, yeah, you said that
yeah,
about
she's
her
very
before.
shy.
Yeah.
She's very reserved. Like she
Yeah.
definitely is a thinker, but she doesn't always speak out. So I want to
Okay.
encourage that. So true. I enroll Helen in the drama school as well. And now Helen does her speeches loud, and it's building that confidence to get out of your comfort zone. And
Yeah.
I've seen it with my kids. It's just so amazing. And
Yeah.
Daniel, he is the most amazing drama teacher. And it's just building that confidence. And then me watching what he does with my kids, and then I also do it now with them. And I've just realized you really have to be confident to move out
Yes.
of your comfort zone easily. If
Yes.
you're not confident, you're going to really struggle to move. You're going to have to be kicked and pushed
Yeah.
and pulled to get out of
Yes.
your comfort zone.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that you did pull me. You didn't kick me on Friday, but you definitely pulled me into that photo shoot.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'm not so sure. Like, I don't know what to wear. Points, other things. She got like all these photos of all my different outfits. I only wore three, not like all of them, but I had them all ready because I didn't know
Yeah.
what to expect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I've never done that before,
Yeah.
like that type of thing. So
Yes.
yeah, you really have to like build your confidence
Yes.
and get out of that comfort zone. And it's so important. And I think you grow because I must say, I went to bed on Friday night, like so excited and so happy and just a little bit, pumped, if that's the right
Yes.
word.
Yes.
Like, and nobody really knows what happened or has seen any of the photos yet, but I felt really good and it
Yeah.
felt really nice. I'm very like grateful to Kate and for you for like pulling me out of that comfort zone.
Ahmed, it's such a pleasure because I think also what I'm picking up, and I'm also one from my experience is that getting out of your comfort zones also helps you to understand the talents that you never had.
That's
Because
true.
yes, because you never there are things that you thought you will never do, or it's just really too far from your dreams, kind of a thing.
Yeah,
But eventually, when you get out of your comfort zone and do the things that makes you scared
yeah,
to do, then you realize, oh my God, I'm stronger than before. I'm stronger than I thought I was. I am much more talented than I thought I was. The fact that I talk too much or I'm just a visionary kind of a person is also a talent, and I'm good at that. It's
yeah,
also to discover who you are. And the best part about yourself, your strength and your weaknesses, and how to work around them. And what I realized that it also opens up an opportunity to dream bigger. And
yeah.
you realize that playing small is not it did not work for me. It's not going to work in a long time, for a long time. It hasn't worked for the long time, and it's not going to work for me. So ideally, I getting out of your comfort zone, challenging yourself, you will discover the best version of yourself. You might not be the richest woman in the world, but you are a better wise woman. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well,
that's what
riches
I'm
is different. Yeah, you can be
yes,
rich with family, it's a different type of, yeah, what depends on what
exactly.
richness means to you.
Yes,
I really
exactly.
like that comment about, I think faith gets you out
Gets you
there, and
out
that's
there.
true.
Yes.
There's two different types of faith. So I had faith in Kate and you for looking after me and like not posting like photos, but also having faith and praying and having your God that you can
Mm,
ask for help and ask for
mm,
guidance. I also
mm.
think that, yeah, there's two faiths there that are quite important as well.
Yes.
Um,
Hi,
yeah,
L'Oreal.
and faith in one another, definitely. So you actually got me thinking. So I've always wanted to be involved in lactation, and yeah,
Yes,
obviously.
yes, yeah,
And so I did my exams, and I hadn't done my exams yet. I was a student, and we have to get hours to,
yeah,
you have to do a certain amount of hours to prove that you actually know what you're talking about and what you're doing. And I was doing it with my friends, and I was really struggling because I mean, your friends can only have so many breastfeeding problems, and I don't
yeah,
have, like 60 friends that can help me through this whole thing.
Yeah.
And I just mentioned it to another cousin of mine, Nick. And true as Bob, within 24 hours, she had a client for me that I had to go see. And I was so fearful and so nervous because like I didn't want to disappoint my cousin, and I didn't want to disappoint her friend. And like she said, Kerry, my friend really actually needs you. You need to go now. So I
Yeah.
went and I was terrified because it was my first like proper home visit, like with friends, like it's fine, you can arrive
Yeah.
and whatever. But it was my first, and this lady had this massive house and these huge gates opened, and I was like, I'm so nervous. But once I got into there, and we met as women, and we met in that place. It's such a sacred place when you're helping a woman breastfeed, because women are very vulnerable, and they asking for help, and it's difficult to ask for help, and I
Yes.
realized that, and I really try my best to hold that woman in her place, and just hold her and get her through, whatever the
Yes.
issue is.
Yeah.
And after that session, that was totally out of my comfort zone. I was not happy to do it. Like I wanted to do it. I really wanted to help her. But that drive to her house and ringing the doorbell to say, hi, I'm a lactation consultant. That first time doing it
Yes.
was terrifying.
Yes.
Absolutely terrifying. Anyway,
Mm.
she did breastfeed and she did actually very well in the end. But that also boosted my confidence, is hearing back how she did, and getting feedback. So I love it when moms say to me, Kerry, like you phoned me up and I couldn't believe you were still breastfeeding. You know what I mean? Like it's just so long
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
So it's also important to get that feedback on what you are
Yes.
doing. It also helps to
Yes.
get out of that comfort zone. Sorry, that's a little
Yes.
side bit. But the first time you do anything is hard.
It's
And,
very hard.
sometimes you're not going to do well. You're going to go to a sales meeting and you're going to have this huge presentation and the client's going to go, that's not what I want.
Exactly.
Oh, I put so many hours into that. Like I missed the brief or whatever, and that's okay. But you need to keep going. You know what I mean? You need to keep
Yes.
trying and keep working at it. Yeah.
Yeah, because it then creates your confidence, your strength, your ability to just walk, just to cross that bridge, or cross the street, basically, because
Yes. Totally.
you're not. It kind of shuts, or not even shut, but it reduces the sound of fear more. In the process of you growing, because comfort zones are comfortable, but I think I remember I read a book from I think one of TD Jakes' books, and he says
Yeah.
something about comfort zones, that um, when you find that comfort zones can no longer benefit you, and and can no longer benefit you, then it's time for you to move on to the next step or the next level. Because yes, like we mentioned, you create that structure, you create that rhythm of working, but when it's no longer feeding you, then it's no longer growing you, then it's time to step out and do greater. Or even sometimes, because you want to grow better than where you are currently, and you want to challenge yourself.
Exactly.
I mean, throw yourself there. I mean, go out and do something different. And I mean, with also the Mr. South Africa journey, finding sponsors as well. It brought me out of, I know,
Total
finding you,
comfort zone.
finding you, Kerry. It really,
And how was that response? Hey, it's not what you were
oh,
expecting.
exactly. I mean, look at us now. We have formed a beautiful partnership as well, because I have literally decided I'm getting out of my comfort zone. It just pushes you out and takes you
Yeah.
out of your comfort zone. And then you develop skills that you never thought you would become. You realize that you are influential, you are determined person, you are visionary, you are ambitious, you still beautiful, you still strong, you still, it just creates a whole lot of possibilities. And that's one thing I could say about being comfortable.
I,
Um, yes, yes. You want to
I
read
can't
that?
I
Oh,
can't quite read it. It's too
okay,
long.
that's fine. Those
Yeah.
I'll read it. It's a Milan says, hi, I had to talk in front of moms in Nuku. I'm talk not soft. I talk quite soft. I think that's what she's trying to say. So everyone
Yes, I can hear you. You
so
can
everyone can so everyone can hear me, but I'm way alone with mine by okay. I think what she's trying to say is that I had to talk in front of moms because talking to
yeah.
about Nuku as well, because Nuku mom's alone with mom by her baby's bed. That was in the beginning rough, but people love it. Okay, so
And
it's
that
also about communicating and sorry, and
and getting that
getting
feedback. So
getting that
yeah.
feedback. Yeah.
So I must say I always try to give people feedback, like to say thank you. I don't complain as much as other people. Like I
Yes.
don't complain too much. Except for when it's my hair, I've learned then I
Yeah.
complain. But I always try and give people feedback and let them know, like you did a really good job. Like that was really amazing. Thank you, because it does help to build people up. And I've stood in front of moms or I've stood in front of other healthcare professionals and had to speak and be scientific, factual, and also give my message across. And I know how hard that is. It is incredibly
Yeah.
hard. And also to be talk is also hard. So I think, we just need to find each other and realize that maybe this is the person's first time they're doing this and it's totally out of their comfort zone. Or maybe they've been doing NICU talks for 10 years now and they totally know what they're doing and they're very comfortable and things like that. But it's very difficult to get out of your comfort zone. But like Friday taught me, it's very important to do it and
It's
not to
important.
like hide from whatever you're hiding from.
Yes.
Um,
As a matter of fact, whenever you fear that you cannot do it or you doubt yourself, that's when you literally have to say, I'm going to do it. I
yeah,
got to do this. Yes, I think
yeah, yeah.
that also gives you a push that
Yeah,
I can do this. Hi, Laurel. Yes, Milan says in a neonatal intensive care unit. So I think
yeah,
she's also re-emphasizing her point above with regards to talking to moms in NUC moms, basically.
yeah, yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
So
And
thank you. Yeah,
It is NICU Awareness Month. So,
yes,
and
awareness.
and it's
Yes.
Laurel. She donated the breast milk as well. Hey, am I right?
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
I
yeah.
know
So there's the two NICU people.
she shared a lot about that. Yeah.
Yeah,
She
yeah. No,
shared
that's
a lot
awesome.
about, yes.
Yeah,
Thank you,
and I'm quite
Laurel. And
sure. Doing that post, Laurel, I'm quite sure because it was about being private and not being private and getting
yes,
out. And that's also getting out of your comfort zone is talking about things that other people might not,
yes,
see as no, as confident or not confident as okay to talk about, or is it okay to donate breast milk, So I'm sure that wasn't the easiest
process
thing to do.
for yourself
Yeah,
to actually convince yourself to do it. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So the other week when you did your when you spoke by yourself, because I'd taken my family, did you get me? I lost you for a second. So I'm
Okay,
terrified of
sorry.
heights.
Yeah,
Yeah, no problems. I'm terrified of heights, and there was a like a treetop canopy tour thing, and I said to my husband, "I'm going to do this with the family. We're going to do it because we need to do like stuff. We've been stuck in the house." And so I'm saying by the end of it, I normally get like that sewing machine leg where you shake like this as soon as you put a
yeah.
harness on me. Because I used to rock climb. I used to rock climb and I fell and nothing happened to me. But since that fall, I've been very scared of heights. So I
Okay.
was like, this is rubbish. my kids laugh at me all the time. We built them a tree house, and I'm terrified to climb up that tree house, which is only 2 meters off the ground. But anyway, so by the end of that rock climb, of that foofy slide thingy, I was jumping off a stand 40 meters in the air and going for it and loving it. I was as stiff as anything the next day because I pulled every muscle. I must have been so tense, like holding on, like, woo, but loving it. So, yeah, and I mean, fear of heights is quite a big thing. And like in the beginning, I said to the guys, because there were two guides, one in the front, one in the back, I'm scared of heights. And they just laughed. And I should have known, like, if they laugh, there's something big coming. And it just got higher and higher and higher and longer. And I watched my daughter, and she was fearless. This daughter of mine, absolutely fearless. Eventually, she had
daughter is
the same shy daughter is fearless. So she won't like say, everyone, look at me, I'm doing it. She'll just go ahead and do it. And at one stage she got stuck. And I'm like, why aren't you going, sweetie? Why did you wait for mommy? Because, mommy's embarrassed that I am a little nervous. I don't want her to see how nervous I am. She's like, mommy, I'm too short. I can't reach the wire. And the wire was, she couldn't hold on it. So she just held on the guide on his arm and walked on this little tight, like this thin little wire. She just walked, like I was holding on for dear life and wobbling all the way along. And she just held and walked with this guy. I mean, obviously she's totally safe. She's harnessed in and all of that. But she was fearless. And I was like, well, if my daughter can do it, I better show her that I can do it too. So, but it was a lot of fun, and it was a physical thing because I'm not as fit as I used to be. So it was really amazing that to do that and to go, well, I actually finished. Like, I didn't kill myself. I didn't kill anybody else doing it. So we have to get out of our comfort zones, and maybe we need to think of a way every month to do something.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking as well, that at the end
of the day,
different. Hi, Innocentia. Good morning. The other thing I also was thinking that, to create that rhythm also of getting out of your comfort zone is very important. Because when change comes, then you're not surprised. It's like, okay, change is here. I need to make a decision because it's pushing me out to go and do something different, creating that rhythm. And that's what I told myself, that one of the things that I need to do is to go out with the girls, do hiking, do my golf, do my tennis, just also challenge yourself regularly so that you are able to handle change when it comes. You are able to jump onto something different whenever life requires you to, because life is like that. Is that it throws anything to you. They say one thing that is constant is change. So we are thrown out of our comfort zone by life simply because sometimes we have refused to change for a certain reason or for whatever perspective, or because we doubted ourselves for a very long time. So it's one of those amazing things that as people, we just need to create that rhythm of change within our lives. And I like that. I really we need to do things that challenges us all the time. Find yourself, conquering your fears, doing something different every 6 months, with your family or even by yourself.
No, totally. I think that is so important. Like, totally, like, it's the only way to grow. I also think it's important to have a team of people that you feel safe with. So, like on Friday, I felt very safe with you and Kate, and I felt, even though it was completely out of my comfort zone, I felt safe. So I think there's you can get out of your comfort zone in a very silly way and do something that's actually going to hurt you more, like just destroy your confidence. So I think you also have to be wise about how you do it and who you do it with. Also, like that zip line thing, I was with professionals. I knew that if anything went wrong, they would help me, and if I freaked out, I hoped they'd be able to get me down without too much stress. So I think they are because you want to get out of your comfort zone and you want to grow in confidence as well. So just having somebody or a friend or somebody who can, like, if it goes wrong, if it doesn't work, to be able to say, okay, well, that didn't work and move on, or just to have somebody that you can work through it with, if that makes sense.
Exactly. Finding people that you are safe with to explore life
Yeah.
with. Yeah, it's very important.
Yeah.
Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna try. I see my Wi-Fi is giving me problem. Just 2 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah.
No problem. And it's so, yeah, I don't know. I was just talking, so I don't know if anyone could hear me or if it was just you. I
Oh
was
no,
just
it's
saying
okay.
how I was just keeping on talking. I was just saying how, like, Friday really boosted my energy for the weekend and willing to try something different and
Mm,
just keep going for it, which is very cool.
mm,
Yeah. And
exactly.
then
It
also
gives you that motivation. Yeah.
And then also something going back to breastfeeding, the first time you breastfeed in public is totally
My
going out
God.
of your comfort zone, like
Yes.
totally, totally, totally. And I remember my first time I was at a mall and my child was crying, and I am a breastfeeding advocate. I talk about people breastfeeding in public all the time, and I did not feel safe, and I did not feel happy or
Yeah.
anything. So what I did is I ran to Woolworths because I knew Woolworths had chairs in their change room, so I could
Yes.
sit and feed. And I think one of the reasons is that because my babies were prem, it was a little more tricky to get them to latch.
Mm,
My baby was still very little, so um, my baby was screaming, and there was a queue, and they said, "Go ahead, go and breastfeed." So I felt very like happy with that. But then it was to grow in confidence in my breastfeeding ability and how people would perceive me, how I thought what people would say to me because I was breastfeeding in public. And actually, eventually, I got so
wait, hold
confident.
on. Yes.
Hello, hello. I actually got so confident. Eventually I would walk around holding baby and breastfeeding. People would talk to me and they wouldn't even know that I was still breastfeeding. And once or twice, like, oh, sorry, I didn't realize you were feeding. And I'm like, no, not a problem. Can't see anything. You didn't even notice. So it's definitely getting out of your comfort zone because I needed to feed baby. I mean, that you have to feed your child. You can't
Yes.
have a screaming child or whatever,
Yes.
and no matter how hard you plan it so that you won't be out during a feed or whatever, it will happen to you. At some point, you'll be caught and you need to feed baby in public. So for me, it was a very difficult learning curve because I promote it, but for me to do
Yes.
it myself was out of my comfort. It was, I mean, I'm exposing breast here in public, like
Yes.
not
Exactly.
not okay for me. But actually, I learned that you can do it. You can have a cover. You can have tops that are loose that you can feed quickly. If you feed from under, it's less obvious than if you're pulling it down
Yes.
or from sideways. And there are different tops that have holes in the right places so you can feed without like exposing too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was quite a getting out of the comfort zone. And for
No,
you,
definitely. Yeah.
did you
No,
manage to
definitely.
breastfeed in public or?
I look, I can relate, Carrie, because I think at the end of the day, you always get what people are going to say.
Okay,
You're
yeah,
always thinking for people, oh my God, what if they don't feel comfortable? But ideally, the fact that we are advocates in the sense that we are doing this for other women to see that it's okay to do that. It's okay to
yeah,
breastfeed in public. It's okay to, because your baby needs to feed. And while you're eating, you can't go to the bathroom or the nursing area. Um,
yeah,
and baby wants to be there and now, and sometimes as they grow older, they don't want to be hidden. They want to just grab that thing and then just do it in public. I mean,
yeah.
those are the things that we
Breastfeed and
Yeah, can you hear me?
I lost you for a little bit, but don't worry.
Yes, no, yeah. I guess it's also being comfortable and also advocating for other women, and that we should go for it, and not be scared of it. And that is basically pushing you out of comfort zone. Being a parent and then all of a sudden nursing a child, it's really kicking you out of your comfort zone. That
Totally.
this idea of being afraid of what people are going to say, it's now diminishing and easily disappearing, because now you're right, you're like, this is for humanity, this is for
Yeah.
my child, this is for that relationship, and this is for encouraging another woman to do the same,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
You've
So
just brought back a memory. I was on an aeroplane and a mom sat just behind me, but on the other aisle, on the other side of the plane. And she needed to breastfeed. And one of the best things to do for your child is when you're flying is as you take off and land, let them suck,
yes,
because it equalizes their ears, because you can't explain to a child, like hold your breath and pop your ears, whatever. So she was trying to breastfeed, and this man directly behind me got very upset. He's like, I'm like, where is she supposed to feed? I mean,
yes,
like, she can't,
exactly.
she's stuck. So I actually offered to like swap seats, and for the whole flight, I spoke quite slightly louder than I normally would about the benefits of breastfeeding and encouraging her and just saying, okay, don't worry about it. Like, you need to do, and just trying to like help her, because she was stuck in that position. She could not move. And the
Yeah,
gentleman was offended. And I was like, well, why don't you just swap seats with me? You will look forward. You won't see her, you
yeah.
know, like just, sit in your chair, mister, and keep quiet. She's doing what she has to do.
Exactly. And the fact
Yeah.
that you were talking louder, I like that, because at the end of the day, you're educating everybody else in the plane that,
I don't know if anyone liked me after that flight, but I didn't care.
no, no, seriously,
Yeah.
yeah, but anyway, that's another topic for another day.
No, true. But I mean, the options are a screaming child or a quiet breastfeeding child. I mean, for me, it's quite obvious. Like,
It's
let the
very
child eat.
obvious. I think at the end of the day, we just need to
Yeah,
allow people, to be human,
yeah,
because we're not gonna, I mean, life, we're not gonna better our world by having a robotic kind of living,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. So we just really need to advocate for people being human and allowing them to express themselves, especially kids. I mean, kids are still developing themselves,
I
so
don't have a filter.
yeah, exactly.
My kids do not have a filter. They will go,
I have,
I'm trying to
I
teach them.
promise you, I think I have an assertive one. That one, she knows what she wants. Like, you have to negotiate with her. At 19 months, you still have to negotiate with her. But that's parenting. You're doing it
That is
differently.
parenting.
Yes, you're doing it differently than what your parents used to do as well.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
also, I mean, I've learned from my parents, and there's lots of good in their parenting. I'm not
Yes.
saying the reason why I do it differently is because my child is different. But there's
Yes.
a lot in what they do. Like, we always sat around the table and spoke, for supper. And that's definitely something that I'm keeping. So it's not that the whole parenting has changed. It's just
Yeah.
tweaking those aspects of what is. So, like, what I thought was a normal, I'm going to put that in very, a normal child, normal behavior, or socially acceptable behavior, and all of that I have learned is maybe not true. Like,
Yeah.
the pressures of what we think society wants is not always true. And the
Yeah.
more moms I speak to, the more moms I realize that, like, that's not real. That's a pressure that we actually put on ourselves. So,
Yes.
having the child that sits perfectly and eats with a knife and fork, perfect. It's not going to happen. It's not normal. That's not, your kid's going to have like food all over their face, and, and
God.
eventually, hopefully at their wedding, they'll be able to, have good
Yes.
table manners. But like
Exactly.
at 2, you can't expect that. You've got to teach them, and they've got to learn. And
Yes.
it's just, I really learned that worrying about society and what they saw me, and if society judged me as a good mother,
Yes.
Like that was really worrying for me in the beginning. Now I actually don't care what society sees me as, if I'm a
Yes.
good mother or not. It's, am I a good mother to my
To
child?
my child. That's
And
it.
and to change that mindset was a huge getting out of my comfort zone. Like, because you want to be that perfect little family, and there's no such
Yeah.
thing as the perfect family. I'm realizing that there's no such thing.
There
And
is.
I see beauty in different families and different styles,
Mm.
the diversity is the beauty.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and that's so,
Yes.
it's so beautiful to see. Like, some of my friends' kids, they go home, they have an au pair, and they do all their homework, and it's done beautifully, and da 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 da, and everything's amazing. And then my kids, it's chaos because we can't find the sharpener. And, and it's, but my kids are still doing well at school, and they're getting their
Yeah.
marks, and we got the reports on Friday, so that
Yes.
was an interesting read. But
Exactly.
like, especially with lockdown and seeing how they've grown and all of that. So and it's improvements, and that's what we're seeing. And like, yes, I want the child to get good marks, and I want my child to be able to go further, but they have to do it themselves. I can't do it for them,
Yes.
you know. And
Exactly.
it's very difficult, like, that balance of like, you need to do this for yourself now and with their age. So getting out of that comfort zone of making sure that I do everything is now I need to start making sure they start taking over. They start doing it because they're a lot older. I
Exactly.
mean, I have a double digit child now, so Mr. Double Digit.
Oh
So
man.
yeah, so it's
And
getting out of the comfort zone.
yeah, and we just have to really also about being the perfect parent, having that, straight eating with a knife and a fork and knife kind of a kid. It takes time to build a child to actually do that. And allow them to express themselves in a different way as well, because sometimes they don't like forks, they like spoons. So allow them to explore spoons, duh,
And also, in terms of saying, I mean, eating a curry, you have to use your hands. You know,
Yeah,
you just gotta eat with your hands. That
eating
is the way to eat a curry. Like getting it
even
right.
eating
So
bab, even eating bab.
exactly, eating puff as well.
Exactly.
So there's a time for a knife and fork, and there's also times, I laugh at my husband because he eats a pizza with a knife and fork, and I'm just like, I don't get
How do
you,
you do
bud.
it?
Like, it's so terrible. I eat it like he's like with a knife and fork. So anyway, so we all have our own ways of doing things,
Yeah.
but yeah. So he says he doesn't like it when it falls off the end of the pizza. So he uses a knife and fork. Part of
Yeah.
life. But yeah,
Yeah.
so exactly. So like, a knife and fork isn't always the right answer,
Yes,
like it's a nice
exactly.
metaphor because,
Yeah.
we're all different, and it's to be able to eat your curry with your hands because that's the right way
Yeah.
of eating it. So yeah.
Exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
and that's the fun thing about it, because we're so different. We have different perspectives, and how we behave is different. So, and that it makes life more interesting, don't you think? Because
Definitely.
yeah, we're different kind of characters, and we contribute to the society, to humanity, to the world, because we have different talents and different ways of thinking, and we push people to think differently, wherever possible. Yeah. Ah,
No, for
man.
sure. Definitely.
So thank you so much. I think we had such a beautiful time talking about comfort zones. It's a subject that we should easy. It should be easy, but sometimes it's like, oh my God, it's challenging, because you just have to think
Mm.
about what you're currently doing to move out of your comfort zone, or to make your life more manageable and more exciting,
Yeah,
to
totally.
more exciting to move away from your comfort zones and change your life and adjust to the change that is happening in your life as well, whether good or bad.
And to find
So,
beauty in the changes.
and
Yeah.
find beauty in the change.
Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. I love that. Thank you so much, Carrie. I was just looking at my
Thank you for
notes
your
just to,
time.
yes. And just also to emphasize, it's Nuku Baby Awareness Month, and I know you wrote an article as well. I'll also post it so people can have access to it. Thank you
Okay,
for
sure.
that. Yeah.
No.
And then
Yep.
what else? Yeah, we keep donating milk. I wanted to also say hi to Lauren.
Little.
Yeah,
Oh,
Lauren
Lauren. Yeah,
also
yeah.
yeah, Lauren also shared with me that she's still breastfeeding at 23 months. So
Oh,
big up to you.
wow.
Thank you so much.
Big up. Yes, definitely.
Yes, exactly. And
Definitely.
yeah, and then we keep donating milk. We're encouraging the donation of milk. It's Nuku Awareness Month. I think it gels so well together. And we also donating bonding hearts as well with regards to supporting families with Nuku babies. Yeah,
Definitely.
it's okay. Instagram is telling me that I got 1 minute.
So I will see you next week from my parents. So I'll be chatting
Yes,
to you next week from there. Yeah.
yes, yes. I'm also gonna be